All right, here we are in Salesforce and we are ready to get set up to use Setup with Agentforce. Now there's a couple of things that you have to have in place in order to be able to use this feature. You need to have an enterprise org, you need to have Data Cloud or Data 360 enabled, and you also have to have Salesforce Foundations enabled. For those of you who never signed up for a free Data Cloud account, free Data Cloud accounts have been available since September 19th, 2023. We're going to show you how you can request one from Salesforce today. And then also Salesforce Foundations has been available since September 17th, 2024. So we will also show you how you can get Salesforce Foundations for free. Now, each of these applications comes with a certain allotment of credits that you get with your enterprise subscription. In order to get access to these features, you need to go to an app in your Salesforce called Your Account. Now, if you can't see this app, then you're going to need to go to your profile. We're on the System Administrator profile, so we'll just go to that one. And then you're going to need to make sure that the tab called Your Account is default on. Then you also need to make sure that you have access to manage billing for the org. So you need to make sure that your profile has this access. If somebody in your organization is going to be doing this for you, then they need to have these permissions as well. Now, when you access the Your Account app, you're going to see these options and you're going to select Browse and Buy. This is going to take you to the product catalog, and then you're going to add 4 different SKUs into your cart. You'll add Salesforce Foundations. You will add Data Cloud Provisioning. You will add Salesforce Foundations Entitlements Flex Credits. And then add Salesforce Foundations Data Cloud Segmentation and Activation. Then you'll go to your cart. And then you're going to check out, click checkout here, and then you're going to get a quote right away, and it will take about a minute to generate the quote, and then it will send you a DocuSign. Now, I'm getting an error in my org because I've already purchased these products, but I wanted to make sure that you are aware that when you get the DocuSign quote, you are signing up to pay for overages. You are going to get an allotment of credits, an allotment of requests and storage with each of these SKUs. It's your responsibility to monitor your usage and make sure that you don't go over, or if you think you're going to go over, that you purchase credits in advance so that you don't have to pay the higher usage rate. Depending on what you're doing, you may or may not go over your allotment. There's also a really great way that you can monitor your usage. So I wouldn't let this scare you into not signing up for this, because it is definitely worth looking into this product, but I can also understand that this could be concerning for your company. Just make sure that you communicate that there's going to be a dashboard where you're able to see where your credit usage is at within the last 24 hours. So anything that you use yesterday is going to be visible to you today. So you shouldn't really have any surprises in billing from going over any of your credits. Okay, then once you get all that provisioned, you're going to get an email. And once you get the email, then that means that your Data Cloud account is all set up in Salesforce. The first step that you need to do to be able to even see Data Cloud is you have to assign yourself a permission set. So if you go to permission sets, you should see a permission set called Data Cloud Architect in your org now. And go ahead and assign this permission set to yourself. Now you're going to refresh your browser. And then up in the gear icon, you should now see Data Cloud Setup. So you have to go to a different part of Setup to be able to see any of your Data Cloud things. And then when you come here and scroll down, you should see that your home org is all set up. So you used to have to enable Data Cloud, but now it just automatically is set up whenever it's provisioned after you sign the quote. Then after you make sure that Data Cloud is in your org, I highly recommend that you test out Setup with Agentforce in a Sandbox, because some of the things that you try to do may have adverse reactions or adverse actions in your org. So you want to make sure that you're testing out your prompts and making sure they're doing what you expect them to do, because you don't want to create a mess in production. At this point in time, I would refresh a Sandbox and then test out all of the Agentforce features there. Now we have a Sandbox right over here that we refreshed after Data Cloud was provisioned in our org. And that's important because if you have a Sandbox that was already there and then you purchase the Data Cloud SKU and then Data Cloud was provisioned in production, it's not going to show in your Sandbox. So we're going to go to Setup. We're going to go to Data Cloud Setup. We're going to scroll down here and we can see that it's asking us to set up our Data Cloud instance. So in a Sandbox, you're going to have to click Get Started and you're going to have to wait the 5 to 10 minutes for Salesforce to get your Data Cloud instance provisioned. Now, in the documentation from Salesforce, there's a little note that is easy to oversee. You want to make sure that you have your Data Cloud instance set up in your Sandbox before you start enabling Einstein and Agentforce. So just be patient and let this provision, and then we'll follow the next steps. Okay, we are all set. Our instance has been created. So we can see here that it says our home org details. That means we're all ready to start enabling all of the other settings. So first we're going to enable Einstein. Oh, we're in Data Cloud Setup. So you have to be in normal setup. And then we'll go to Einstein. We're going to turn on Einstein. Then the next thing that we're going to turn on is Agentforce agents. So you'll come down. Let's refresh our browser here. Okay, there it is. Agentforce agents. I'm going to enable that. Now what we need to do is give ourselves the ability to use setup with Agentforce. So we need to create a permission set. I'm going to go to permission sets and I'm going to create a new view here. It's going to be called Use Setup with Agentforce. And it's going to show me which permission sets have this permission. And then I also want to see which ones have execute prompt templates, because these are the two permissions plus your Data Cloud Architect permission that you need to be able to use setup with Agentforce. So now depending on your org, and depending on what kind of products you have, and depending on what kind of SKUs you purchased in your account app, you could have different permission sets here. Now, in my org, I have one of the wrong SKUs because this is one of my testing orgs. So I don't have a permission set that you need to assign yourself that you will see in your enterprise org. I have a different permission set. So you're going to see a permission set called Agent Platform Builder. So it should show up right here. It should be a standard permission set. Let me go ahead and add the license name to this list too, because that is helpful information to see. Because all of these Agentforce permission sets are a different kind of license. You'll need to assign yourself a permission set that has the execute prompt templates permission. And that is only able to be given in certain types of licenses. So if you create a permission set that's a license of Salesforce, you won't be able to save it and give it the execute prompt templates. So you should see the Agent Platform Builder, assign yourself that, and then you have to create a new permission set. We're just going to call it Use Setup with Agentforce, and you don't have to choose a license, or you can. I'll choose Salesforce as my license. And then I'm going to search Use Setup with Agentforce. And then I'll check that box right there. And then I'll save that. And then I'll manage assignments and I'll assign this to myself. Okay, then I'm going to refresh my browser. Then you're going to go to Setup with Agentforce. And then you're going to turn this on. And then it says to finish up, you just have to refresh. Okay, and then I'm going to go to my Home tab. And then you should see this section right here that allows you to use Setup with Agentforce. So we're going to do a video that's going to go over all of the use cases in detail of how you can use Agentforce. There are specific little out-of-the-box actions here. And those values actually changed. So you'll see right now we see create a permission set, update a permission set, but you'll see clone a user, create a flow, fix a formula, modify a formula. So those values are cycling through different actions and different ideas that you can use it for. Now, one of the most important things I want to make sure that you understand is how are credits being used? What is being consumed? What is happening when I'm using Agentforce? These are all really questions for me as well, because we were chatting with a Salesforce product manager on LinkedIn, and I was under the assumption that it costs money to use Setup with Agentforce. And they said that it's not consuming any credits right now, which I thought was amazing. No credits are being used, but I did test this yesterday for about an hour, asking it a bunch of questions. And then today, when I go to my consumption cards, because this is where you go to monitor your usage for Data Cloud, for Agentforce, for, how many data services credits are you using? How many flex credits are you using? And I can see that I have used 10,000 of my Einstein requests. So if I go to my consumption details, you can see by day how much you are consuming. So we can see that I was only in a Sandbox and I consumed 10,000 requests in one day. So I, yes, was asking a ton of questions, but I surely didn't want to burn through 5% of what my overall allotment is. So I've reached out to the product manager to get more information on this to see if this is expected. We will be posting more information about this as we get it. All right, so that's all we wanted to share with you today on Setup with Agentforce. Hope you guys have fun exploring this feature and excited to hear feedback on what you think about it. That's it. That's a wrap. Be sure to subscribe to Blue Tiger Academy so you don't miss our next video, where we'll show you how to use more features in Setup with Agentforce. We'll walk through all the use cases it supports and share which ones are real time savers and which ones still need a little bit of work. Let us know in the comments below if you have any questions or if you'd like to see a video on a different Salesforce topic. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.